What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, we're going to be talking about Zomedica, ticker symbol ZOM. Now, we haven't been able to talk about this company a lot over the last 2 weeks, but I was recently able to uncover some pretty interesting information about Zomedica. They were recently added into the S&P's pharmaceutical ETF, and with the position that Zomedica is at in its company stage right now in its business plan, I think it's very interesting that they've been added to this ETF. So we're going to go over everything that I am expecting for Zomedica in the near future. I'm going to give a couple of price targets and some key things to look out for to solidify Zomedica as being a great investment. So before we get into all of that information, if you guys would like to earn those 2 free stocks with Webull valued up to $1,850, make sure you check out that link down in my description. All you have to do is sign up for an account, deposit over $100, and you get those 2 free stocks. This is also a great way to help out and support the channel if you would like, because when you get your 2 free stocks, I get a stock as well. And if you guys enjoy the information and analysis that I provide for you in these videos, make sure you go down and hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So as we all know, Zomedica announced the first commercialization of their True Forma about 2 weeks early, and we saw a massive sell the news event, and they have not been able to recover since. We saw Zomedica trading in the mid to high $2 range and has now fallen into the $1.46 range. Now, this could potentially be a great buying opportunity for Zomedica for the rest of 2021, but we're going to go over that a little bit later in this video. So let's get into the Zomedica inclusion into the S&P's pharmaceutical ETF. So when we come over to this Excel spreadsheet, this is going to track all of the different holdings of the S&P pharmaceutical ETF. The ticker symbol is XPH, and when we see right here, Zomedica Corp, ticker symbol ZOM, and they have about a weight of, let's see right here, it is 2.68% of the ETF. Now, Zomedica is a really new company. They didn't have a product up until very recently. So this is a pre-revenue company. They've been in the R&D stage for a while. So the fact that the S&P in their pharmaceutical ETF sees a lot of potential in Zomedica being a key player in the pharmaceutical market in the future is a very good sign. There are also some pretty big names in this ETF as well. So if we look up here, Pfizer, Bristol Myers Squibb, Merck, Johnson & Johnson, and we even see Eli Lilly. And these are some pretty significant holdings. And Zomedica makes up, as I said before, about 2.68%. Now, let's take a look at exactly what this ETF is, because I know not a lot of you guys have heard of this one. So when we come over here, we can see that the net asset value of the SPDR S&P Pharmaceuticals ETF, the net asset value is $50.26, and the assets under management is $266.39, and we can see that the gross expense ratio is 0.35%. So the SPDR S&P Pharmaceuticals ETF seeks to provide investment results that, before fees and expenses, correspond generally to the total return performance of the S&P Pharmaceutical Select Industry Index, and it seeks to provide exposure to the pharmaceutical segment of the S&P TMI, which comprises the pharmaceuticals sub-industry. Seeks to track a modified equal-weighted index which provides the potential for unconcentrated industry exposure across large, mid, and small cap stocks, which is where Zomedica comes in. And it allows investors to take strategic or tactical positions at a more targeted level than traditional sector-based investing. And when we come down a little bit further, we can see that the inception date was June 19th, 2006. So let's take a look at the all-time chart of XPH, and we can see that it started at the $15-16 range and is now trading at $50.25. And we can see that the net asset value right here is $50.26. So it's trading really close to what the assets are valued at, which is always a pretty good sign. So this is a very fairly valued ETF. So this is a pretty flat trade. It's been trading pretty flat over the last 5-10 years. We can see that in 2015, it was trading at about 67, but then came down. It has been trading flat ever since. So now let's get into some of the key things that I need to see out of Zomedica to really set it apart from all of the other biomedical plays. Now, we are seeing Zomedica in the vet industry, which is a great industry to be in, especially with the pandemic. We've seen people getting pets left and right, and with the tests that Zomedica is able to provide, Zomedica reminds me of a similar company to Bionano Genomics. Now, I'm not saying that they're similar in terms of what their tests can do. I'm just saying that their technology reminds me of the Bionano Genomics of the vet industry. So there's going to be 3 key things that I need to see out of Zomedica over the next year in order for it to solidify itself as a very smart long-term investment. So these 3 things are going to be, 1, we need to see the types of facilities that they are delivering these TRUFORMAs to. The second is going to be the amount of sales that they are going to make, which is going to give us some insight into the revenue numbers that Zomedica is going to be receiving. Now, they're really a pre-revenue company at the current time, and if they are able to sell enough TRUFORMAs, then we could see them maybe inch towards profitability territory in the next couple of years. And then the third thing is going to be the evolution of Zomedica's testing kit. They already have 2 tests that they can provide, and if we can see them expand that and make the TRUFORMA even more useful to the vets around the country, then Zomedica's valuation is going to go up. So now let's go over this first point. So when we come over here, we can see that this is the article that announced Zomedica had its first commercial sale. So what I thought was extremely important about this is the first official purchaser of a TRUFORMA system was Jason Berg, DVM, DACVIM, founder and president of Guardian Veterinary Specialists, a 29,000 square foot advanced emergency critical care and specialty hospital in Brewster, New York. The key part about this is 29,000 square foot. It seems from this announcement that Zomedica sold one of these TRUFORMAs to this facility. Now, I want you guys to think very logically about this. How many of these 29,000 square foot facilities do you think there are across the country? Now, we could research this and figure out the exact number, but I don't think it's as many as everybody is assuming that they're going to be, which is why we might have seen such a sell the news event once Zomedica announced the first sale. Now, the other thing that is really important about this is that they only sold one of these TRUFORMA systems. If a 29,000 square foot facility only requires one TRUFORMA system, then that means that this system isn't as valuable and necessary for everyday use for these facilities as everybody thought. So what I'm looking to see is smaller facilities coming out and buying TRUFORMA systems. Now, this first initial sale could be somewhat of a trial run. They might purchase more in the future, but we are just operating with the information that they currently have. So this brings us to our second point, the amount of sales. We're going to have to look at the size of the facilities that they are delivering to, because we don't really know how many of these facilities are. And even if there aren't that many, they would have to deliver their TRUFORMAs to all of them. And still, even then, they may not be able to meet these expectations. But if they come out and say, well, we sold 5 or 10 more to this one facility, we're selling 10 to this facility because they know that they're going to have the capacity for it, and they need to perform these tests constantly throughout the daily operation of their facility, then that is going to be a very good sign. So that is going to tackle both of the first 2 points, which is going to be the size of the facilities and the amount of sales that they are going to make. Now, this brings us to our third point. So when we come over here, we can see initial assays also include T4, TT4 cortisol, and free T4, FT4, with new assays in development across a spectrum of diagnostic needs. If they are able to create more of these assays, which is essentially the new testing kits that are going to be more applicable to everyday use of these vets, and they're going to be able to help out with different diseases that animals may come down with, then this is going to be a really good sign for TRUFORMA, because they're going to be making sales to a bunch of different facilities with varied sizes, and they're going to be constantly coming out with new tests in order to broaden their market. So those are the key points that I need to see out of Zomedica in order to cement it as a very good long-term or swing trade investment. So that is going to conclude this update on Zomedica. If you guys enjoyed the information and analysis that I provided for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video, so you get to stay up to date on all of your favorite stocks, learn about a couple of new ones, and see exactly which options I am trading and which strategies I am using to trade them. So I hope you guys had a great long weekend and are having a really profitable start to your Monday, and I'll see you guys in the next video.